first answer, the most important answer, is to want it, to recognize that it's important, to recognize that it's valuable. Because what you just said, Brian, about that choice you have when you go on a 2-hour hike in Colorado, that choice of whether to just listen to a podcast for those 2 hours. Nothing against podcasts. We love them. We're here with you.
We're on one. Yeah.
But like you were talking about, the irony of us getting together and talking about silence. No, we get it. And for us, writing a book, hundreds of pages about silence, it was really, and I remember we had a wonderful conversation about this with our excellent editor, HarperCollins, just saying, hey, should we just be writing a book with a lot more silence in it? We did work to bring some meditative moments into the book and to weave a kind of energy of silence into the book. But there's a lot of words in there. There's a lot of scientific arguments, a lot of political and economic ideas. And the reason we made this choice, Brian, and the reason we've made this choice to be on this podcast tour and all this is because we need to make the case that taking those AirPods out once in a while, at least once in a while, we need to make the case that there's something edifying for the brain, in terms of our health, in terms of what the science says, but also an opportunity to connect to creativity, clarity, deeper attention, deeper, more fulfilling relationships, intuition, if we tune into the silence, at least from time to time. So we wrote this book really as a kind of active worldly case. We think of it as a kind of non-meditator's guide to getting beyond the noise. So why it's valuable to take those AirPods out and listen to the sounds of the breezes in the branches and simply focus on your breath, focus on the feeling of the footsteps when you're on that hike in Colorado. So we could get into some strategies. We've got in the book 33 ways to find silence in a world of noise. And a lot of these strategies really come down to a really simple, essential teaching of just notice noise, tune into silence. Notice where there's distraction, not just that auditory noise, but also that informational noise, that internal noise, like Leigh was talking about. Noise in the sense of what's keeping you from your true perception and intention. Pay attention to where that's happening in your life. Study how to navigate it. And then where possible, find these pockets of peace, even if they're only available for a few seconds. How can you focus not so much on the quantity of the silence, but the quality of the silence? How deeply can you go into those few seconds when you have them?